Well, here we are, thoughts from the office, Rednecks Pride Outdoors. I just finished setting up that spot back in the woods back there with the caulk tubes, getting the raccoons and gray foxes used to working tubes, if you will. I'll just leave it at that. I've got one that's set up stupid, up on top of the ground, sticking out like you would a DP, and then I got another one dug in like we usually do with our dog proofs. Also, we dig a lot of dog proofs in, mount them up. We got about 13 different sets. But anyway, I just set that up back there. We got the video camera on it, and we're getting ready to see what's going to happen here, in a little bit of time. Obviously, you can see I'm on a tower line, so I'm not trying to hide that. But I thought I'd take the opportunity here. I'm getting a lot of questions on one of our products, one of our cable restraints, and it's the GFCC. And folks will be saying, what's the purpose of the GFCC, and why not just get the BFCC? So I've got it for fox and coyote and orangutans and hippopotamuses. And I say, well, there's a reason for the GFCC, and I thought, you know what, let's just delve into it and maybe explain it to you. So that way, when you're looking for a cable restraint and you're ordering them, you can make a rational decision, if you will, or make a choice what you're looking for. Now, the first thing, the GFCC, I made, I don't know how many years ago. And the reason I developed it was for me doing large-scale groundhog and raccoon work on the ADC line. And I have 100 acres of Superfund site or something like that. I wasn't taking cages out there. I was using cable restraints. So we developed this system so I could quickly move in and move out and get her done and what have you. Also with the raccoon in people's yards and what have you. Yes, we use cable restraints in people's yards a lot. Have no problem at all. 45 years. Wildlife control now. It's not been snaring for 45 years. We've been snaring for 37, 36, something like that. But we've not had any problems. But we developed this system right here for the ADC groundhog, fox, and raccoon work. A lot of folks years ago started catching on to it, and a lot of the bobcat trappers have gone to this system right here also. Okay, so I'm just going to describe what it is so you can understand. First thing we have is this is our 1x19 cable. Now this is a 5/64. You can get it in 3/32 if you want, but most people are going to order this system in a 5/64. All right. And the maximum loop that we're going to have is it's roughly around a 9-inch loop. But this one, after we load it, it's going to be roughly 8 inches from here to here. And this right here to here is probably around 10 inches. Okay, but for you perfectly round guys, it's probably about a 9-inch loop. Okay. Next thing you're going to notice is that little loop right there. There's a reason for that loop. Newt laughs at me and says it's because I don't know how to make a gooseneck. I can make a gooseneck. Okay. But what I found was this. When I was catching groundhogs and raccoons in somebody's yard and they're watching me and everybody's watching me, I can't kill that thing at that point, can I? No. So what I did was this. I figured out that loop right there, okay, saves me a whole bunch of hassles. You all know what I'm talking about. You're putting a catch pole on an animal, you're pulling it out of there, you got to get it into the cage strap or whatever you're going to transfer it in, because you can't let the people see you kill it. And then all of a sudden, what you got is fighting, pissing, biting, the whole kit and caboodle. You know what that is. So you got to cut between this lock here, all the way around to the bottom of the lock. And when they're fighting, biting, scratching, and whatever, it's hard. So what I figured out was that little loop right there. All I got to do is cut that loop. Find that loop, cut it. Comes right off. I got him in a pole snare, take him, yank him up, throw him into the cage strap, walk on out. Everybody's happy. Walt Disney's happy. Everybody's happy. And I didn't get bit and scratched up too bad. Okay, so that's what that loop originally was for. But then what we found was this: it acts as a free moving system. All right, you don't get the wedge that you can get on some of the goosenecks and other types of cables, or when the animal's going down. So what we're actually looking for was this movement here, so you don't get the wedge. Whether it's, now this lock right here is the Black Dog Low Pro. We also make it in micro. We make it in Newt's lock. We make it in my Super Relax lock. We make it in the Slim lock. We'll make it in any lock you want, but they're the main locks that I like to use and make for folks. But so what we have is a free moving lock, which means when this is pulled down, you still have movement here. So it's a true relaxing system. Now, I know you snare them and you're saying, well, why? Why do you want a relaxing system? Because our law said we have to. You got to have a relaxing. That's why we got cable restraints. All right. Now, New Jersey, we need a 6-inch deer stop. Most other places want 2.5 to 3 inch, which is going to be anywhere from almost 8 inches to 9 inches on that deer stop. And a lot of our live market guys, especially for the coyotes and the foxes, when they've gone to this, they've actually have us make it with this loop, with this deer stop, a little bit more. For foxes, maybe about a 7.5, 8 inch loop, or deer stop. All right, because they want to make sure this doesn't jam up, even though it doesn't. 2 inch doesn't jam up on a fox's neck. Okay. Next thing you're going to notice, okay, now this is our standard load for this. It's oblong. Guys don't like it. I hate that thing. I don't care. It catches critters. That animal doesn't care if this is perfectly round or if it's this way. It doesn't care. And you know what? The cable doesn't care anyway either. I got military helicopters coming in on me. Oh well, hope you can hear me over them things. But anyway, so it's about a 9-inch loop with our 1x19 cable. Now, some folks will order this GFC in a 3/32 cable, like PA. You got to, because you can't use anything but a 3/32 cable, and that's fine. And it does the same thing because the load does the same thing. But 5/64 is a little bit nicer cable that I like. Okay. Then we have the inline swivel. All right, 600-pound swivel. Then we have, on this particular system, is a 60-inch. All right, this is 60-inch for the whole system. So we got our swivel, and this comes out to a loop at the end. Now, we offer a few different models in the GFC. We offer a 48, and that's for your crawl unders, your fences, and staking out in the open. All right. If we also offer a 60-inch, all right, which you can stake it out in the open. Just gives you 120-inch. That's a 10-foot circle, you know, 10-foot catch circle if you staked out in the open. And then we offer a 72-inch or 6-foot, which we don't recommend that to be staked out. We recommend that you go around to a tree and just you can tie this off. The 60s and the 72s, you just come through, pull it down. This is your post, your sapling, or whatever. You're tied off. You still got a free moving on the swivel. It's still working. This system, when we went to this system, the bad cable breakouts, chew outs, whatever you want to call them, has drastically stopped. And everybody who buys these systems off of us says the same thing. They don't lose the critters as much. All right, now if you check it at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, well, who knows what's going to happen there. All right, but again, this is our GFC, all right, 60, GFC Pro 60. You can get it in 48, you can get it in 72. All right, another thing is when you're looking at this load that we have here that we put in there for you, your swing out. There's two types of firing that happens. The swing out, okay, the chest of the animal hits it and swings out. That's going to be your coyotes. It's going to be your foxes. Your bobcats have a straight up and down chest also, from the neck down. But the problem with a bobcat is they do the same thing as a raccoon does, or even a gray fox does. They pick their way through. They're not used to jumping over things. They like to pick their way through. So when you got your raccoons, you got your skunks, you got your possums, you got your gray fox. All right, even though the gray fox has got a vertical chest, and if you can get him out in this situation like this where they're cruising, all right, right along the edge of that woods where they're cruising, then yeah, their head's up and they're moving, and yeah, their chest is going to hit this and it's going to go. But when you get into that stuff right there, which is where the gray fox is at, they pick their way through. The same thing as a raccoon. I got a couple of videos over on Rednecks Pride Outdoors YouTube, and if you look at it, you're going to see what I'm talking about. You're going to see the raccoons when they're coming up to things. They don't jump, they pick. Now what happens with the raccoon? Raccoon's neck is this way. From the chin to the bottom of the chest is this way. And when their head is down, everybody thinks it's down on the ground, but it's not. It's right at the bottom of their chest. And you measure a raccoon's legs for something that we want to keep, large, extra large to a triple extra large. Those legs from here to the armpit, this way, is going to be 7 to 9 inches on an average. All right, so when he comes up to those big old 8-inch loops like that, 9-inch loops like that, and they're set 4 inches off the ground, he's just stepping right on through it. Okay, and this is what he's doing is this. So even with my load here, see what I'm doing? All right, look, see? So he comes through with his head and his front paw, second next paw. All right. This is what you boys use in these big loops. All right, I use a 6-inch loop. But anyway, boom, boom, 4 inches. He's not even doing it. Now you get him right around the belly. Now you start to get the swing out, and that's where you get your swing out fire. All right. When your foxes and your coyotes, when they come through, their chest hits it, it's a swing out fire. All right. So what we do is we take that loop that you want, and I just put a double load into it. I'll just come down here and I'll just do this. And that's the loop I want right there. So I'm gonna come right back here. And I just put another little double load. This is the ugly loop. Brian Nelson and Brian Flowers both call it the ugly loop. But now what you got? All right. Let's do that again. See? All right. So now I got that loop. I like to be 6-inch by 6-inch, but this one here, I'm an 8-inch. So if I got a red fox coming through, if I got or coon coming through, well, as soon as he hits this, boom. All right, what happened there? That's for the stall. That's why we can use this double load in cubbies. I use a lot of cubbies. I use a lot of bait and lure. Oh my God, you can't. Your snaremen don't do that. Yeah, I do. All right, cubbies, boxes. All right. Any place I think there's going to be a raccoon and he's going to stall, or a fox is going to stall, boom, right there, the double load, and there it goes. All right, we can take the double load out if you want. You can't do it too many times because it messes your loop up. And you know, when I'm at a show and I'm doing it, sometimes they just get plain out bad. But you know, again, there's my load. All right, 8 inches, around 10 inches. Oh, see. But then when you get here, he comes out here, boom, it fires. Good, all right? So this is the GFC Pro model. A lot of guys go to it. Another reason I want to bring out something here. If you're going after fox, you're going after coon, skunks, possums. Why go after skunks? Have you checked the prices out on skunks here lately? But anyway, when you buy a 60-inch or a 6-foot system right here, and this is all one cable, and your swivel is here at the end, you lose 60 to 72 inches of that cable. It's gone. No getting it back, okay? When you use this system right here, the only thing you lose is from this swivel to here. from here back, take it back to the shop, put a replacement snare on it, make your own replacement snare and put onto it. Okay? If you're like me, I'm cheap. I don't want to lose 72 inches of cable every time I catch something. All right? 1x19, double swivel, 7x7. I'll see you at the convention this coming, not this coming weekend. We got trapping course tomorrow on Saturday. And then next Saturday and Sunday, we've got the convention in the Pines. Here there's going to be quite a bit of thing. We was just told that there's going to be some Native Americans coming in from out west somewhere. They're coming in and they're setting up a TP and going to be doing all kinds of Native American stuff, from what I hear. You got the mountain men like myself and the other guys that's there. Bow hunters, turkey hunters, duck hunters going to be there. Pretty good shindig. Outside, 2 days, going to be good weather. Hopefully next week. So you get a chance, come on out to the, go over to the Fur Harvesters, New Jersey Fur Harvester page. There's the address there, the dates and the times, the demos. All right, and we'll be doing demos at my table the whole time, my son and I. You want to ask a question about our products, we'll show you. Kate, the Coyote Pro 52 and what have you. So we're gonna have a good 2 days. I'm taking the supply trailer down in the morning, Friday morning, and then Friday night I'm taking the little travel trailer, so I can spend the night Friday, and then my son's coming in Saturday morning with my grandson, and we'll spend Saturday night with all the gang, and hopefully the Indians don't party too long. But hopefully we'll see you there. Rednecks Pride Outdoors, GFC, cable restraint pro model. Okay? I'll see you later.